All right, happy December 21st. We are getting closer and closer to Christmas, so we want to build those arms to carry presents, give hugs. So I'm going to use light weights today. If you have access to dumbbells, those will work. You can use water bottles, cans of soup. Even if you have a water bottle, you can fill it with something to make it heavier. You don't need to have a lot, but it's going to help build those arm muscles. So we're going to do 12 of each exercise. We're going to start with bicep curls. Palms are going to face forward. We're locking those elbows at our side, and we're going from our 80 degree straight down the leg, bringing it all the way up to chest height. So I'm not rushing through here. I'm taking time to really squeeze those bicep muscles at the top. I think that's 6, 7, 8, 9. And the big thing with curls and any of these movements, 10, we want to be in control. So I'm not bringing it up and just letting my arms flop down. I'm in control of the rise and the lower. We're going to switch to hammer curls. Same way you would hold a hammer. Now your palms are going to face inward, and that slight adjustment is going to work a different part of your bicep. So same type of movement, straight from the sides, coming up to chest, but I've made that switch and my palms are now facing in towards my sides. Maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Next, we have a Zottman curl. So we're going to start like a bicep curl, palms face out. We're going to come up. We're going to do a rotation, so your palms face out and come down, and then return to starting. So up, rotate the palms out, bring it back down. 2, 3. Notice I keep my elbows locked at my side. Don't flare your elbows out, especially as you come down, then you're working something else. So lock them in. 4, 5, be really purposeful in that rotation at the top and the bottom of the movement. 6, 7, I've got 5 pounds in each hand. This is plenty for this type of movement. And we're doing a few in here, so that's another reason it doesn't have to be heavy. 8, 9, 10, 11, and one more. 12. Then we have an Arnold press. So now we're going to start with our arms bent. Your palms should be facing in towards your face. We're going to go through a rotation as we press up. So press up, bring the dumbbells and your palms forward, swing it back down to face level. So that's going to be our range of motion. Overhead press, rotating to look at your palms. Palms away. 3, palms come in. 4, now we're starting to bring our shoulders into the mix. 5, don't let those arms sag between reps. 6, 7, even if you're just doing this body weight going through the motions, that's still going to be beneficial for your range of motion. 8, but really, water bottle, can of soup will definitely do it for this. Gallons of milk. 9, 10, 11, and 12. Next, we have a military press. We're going to rack at shoulder height. Palms are now facing in, just like earmuffs would be. We're going to do a full extension overhead. 1, 2, so I'm nice and controlled. 3, biceps are still working here. Now my shoulders are also still contributing. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, making sure we engage that core, that your back stays straight, so you never want so heavy that you're arching back. 12, same thing that we want to keep in mind here as we go to a front raise. Palms are in towards your thighs. Range of motion is to come up in line with your shoulder. 2, and again, in control. So we don't want to be in control and then just let the weights flop. We're gonna come up for 4, nice and slow. You can also challenge yourself here and incorporate a tempo. So you can come up quick and then do a nice slow count. Put that time under tension back in like we worked with yesterday. 7, 8. And we've talked about too, the shoulders are a ball and socket, which provides us for a really big range of motion, which we're seeing as we go through these exercises. It's important we strengthen it because if it's weak, that leaves the joint more susceptible to being dislocated or injured. So that's our 12 front raise. Lateral raise, same idea. We're only going to come as high as our shoulder. We're going to be in control of that weight. Palms are now coming back in towards your sides. 3, 4. We're pretty much straight. We have a slight bend. We don't want to lock out the elbow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. We're going to do our bent over row. So soft knees, we're not locking out our legs. We're going to hinge at the hips, keep our back flat. So we're not going to let our shoulders round forward. We want to keep our back straight, pull those shoulder blades back, and we're driving with our elbows. So elbows are leading the motion. 2, and we've got that big squeeze, pulling our shoulder blades together, getting those dumbbells up to the chest. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, going to come in handy if you got to crank the ignition on that snow blower. 10, 11, and 12, or if you're going to recreate Beyonce's single ladies dance for the family this holiday. Going to work the triceps, muscle group on the back of our arm. We always want balance too. If we work the bicep, we want to work the tricep. So we have an extension. 2 ways we can do this. We're going to start overhead. Tricep extensions are all about the hinge of the elbow. So we're going to go from extension to a 90-degree bend. Notice that my upper arm is framing my face. I'm not moving my shoulders to lower these weights. I'm just using that tricep to bring it back up. So you can keep a dumbbell in each hand. You can also hold like this and just do one weight. That may help to keep your hands in the right place to either side of your head, but lock in right at your ears and bring that weight up. So you should be feeling that burn right here on this part of the arm. That's what we want to work. And we're going to keep that in mind for our next one, tricep kickbacks. So similar to when we did our bent over row, soft knees, push the hips back to hinge, squeeze the pencil between your shoulder blades. We're going to do that bent over row, and we're locking in the elbows to our side. And then we're going to kick back. So this is one where you're going to have each arm kind of fitting with our scene here. It's that skiing motion. 3, 4. So I'm just trying to get my arms straight. 5. And the most I come to is that original 90 for the bent over row. 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, you should feel this on that back side of the arm. 11 and 12. That's going to finish our kickbacks. Last one, we're going to stay bent. We're going to work that back muscle and use those shoulders. Soft elbows, slight bend. We want one fluid fly. So dumbbell delt fly here. 3, big range of motion. You're going in for that big holiday hug. 5. When you get to that high point, if you want to add a challenge here, you can bring back and hold. The key thing too here, we don't want to flip our body up. We want to wait that we're just going to utilize the arms and isolate, and that's not other parts of our body compensating to jerk the weights around. 10, And we want this as smooth as possible. 11 and 12. You are now ready to hold presents, plates of food, and going for those big hugs. I will see you tomorrow.